Hello and welcome to Nutrition and Alternative Medicine. I'm JJ Flazanes, your host. Thank you for downloading today's show. Today's episode is going to be just me because as I was getting ready to edit a show for this week, an interview, I just kept feeling this impulse to want to talk about Valentine's Day in preparation for Valentine's Day. On Thursday, on actual Valentine's Day, you'll be getting a special Valentine's Day episode with Doug and I. And by that point, it's almost a little bit too late to help you plan or prepare to do it differently if doing Valentine's Day is something that is a sore spot for you. On the show in the past, I usually rerun an episode that I did on Hay House Radio that was about how to love Valentine's Day. And it's great content, but the actual audio quality is not very good at all. And so while I really enjoyed doing it on Hay House Radio, I don't want to share it again and actually want to update it a little bit. So for those of you that are interested, definitely go back. I've put it on the show a couple of times, but I believe it's something about how to give yourself the gift of Valentine's Day or something like that. So let's go over this holiday for a second because, again, my goal here is to have you love it. Now, do you have to love it? No. I love it. And here's how I feel about loving something. It's an opportunity to celebrate yourself. It's not just an opportunity to give love to somebody else. It's an opportunity to celebrate yourself. And I think, especially if you're single or not in a good relationship, it's the best time to practice using the law of attraction and using your energetic blueprint, which you show to others every day by the way that you treat yourself. It's one of the reasons why I wrote Fit to Love. And by the way, if you haven't gotten your copy of Fit to Love, how to get physically, emotionally, and spiritually fit to attract the love of your life, you can come on over to jjflazanes.com and buy your ebook version, or you can go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble and get a paperback or even a hardback book. So Fit to Love was written because I wanted to encourage people to not wait for other people to do something for yourself that you're interested in. If you are someone who's pining for love and attention from someone else, whether it be a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or any kind of love partner, and you're telling yourself every day and you're activating that lack of by visualizing and dreaming about that person, but not really feeling the feelings of having it, then you're really doing yourself a disservice about attracting it. You're not helping yourself by pining. You're not helping yourself by waiting. You're not helping yourself by visualizing and then not actually feeling the reality of having it. So I started this practice when I was single, and I maintained it because during times when I wasn't single, I recognized that not everyone felt the same way I did about this holiday, and a lot of men actually resent it. They resent Valentine's Day because they think it's pressure on them to, quote unquote, make their woman feel loved and appreciated. So because of that pressure, a lot of men either do it, but do it begrudgingly, or they don't do it, and they refuse to do it. They call it a Hallmark holiday, and they downgrade the holiday because they don't probably feel like it's fair. And in many ways, I agree with that. In many ways, I think it's not fair that women expect men to do something miraculous, romantic, and a surprise for them on this one day of the year. And it's not necessarily reciprocated. It's not really that women are expected to do it for men. So it is a imbalance in the perception of the holiday, which is something I totally can relate to and I understand. But here's my invitation to you. Why not transform Valentine's Day into an amazing day to love yourself and to also potentially give love to others, whether it be, again, a spouse, a significant other, or even your family. Several years ago, I was so excited and I had the time and space that I actually put together Valentine's packages. I had like 6 of them for certain friends and my parents, and I put all kinds of fun things in them. Now, I have not had the time nor space nor desire to do that recently, but I'd like to get back to it because to me, it's even more fun than Christmas because I used to buy like little candies and I, buy some, maybe it was a book or some kind of not very expensive gift gift, but I'd buy a little Valentine, like the ones that you get when you're in grade school. And then I'd put the sparkly confetti that would go in the packages as well. And I had a lot of fun with it, and I had a lot of joy in giving. Now, my love language is not gifts, but I really enjoyed that year putting those packages together. So how can you enjoy Valentine's Day no matter what you're doing? Well, first, I would recognize and I would encourage you to really get to know your love language. What is your love language? And for those of you that don't know, if you've never heard me talk about this, or you haven't heard the show on love languages, or you haven't heard Doug and I talk about it, or you haven't read the book, first of all, you can go to 5lovelanguages.com, Gary Chapman's site, and you can take the test. But really, it's very simple. The love language that you most do is the one that you give to others naturally, and the one that you feel best getting back from others. So the 5 love languages quickly are touch, gifts, quality time, acts of service, and words of affirmation. So let's take me as an example. My love languages are quality time and touch. So one of the things that I've always done, I don't think I'll be doing it this year, but one of the things I've always done, because I've had a partner who goes to work and I've been left by myself for most of the day, is I would have that time to go to the spa and have a massage or have a facial or go get a pedicure. And that would give me my touch. Quality time. I definitely love going to the spa in order to have that quality time with myself, take a book, take an audio that I want to listen to, go in the hot tub, lay in the sauna, lay in the steam room. I actually prefer the steam room over the sauna, but I would take the day off of Valentine's Day. Now this year I'm taking most of the day off, but I am working in the morning, and then Doug and I are going to go have an amazing lunch because we didn't want to fight people having dinner. We're going to have an amazing lunch. And in fact, today I even had an awesome idea about dinner because I wanted us to either do like pizza, gluten-free pizza, of course, at the house, and just have it be like a lower key dinner. So we weren't fighting, all the prices and the prefixed menus and the people going out to Valentine's dinner. And today I recognize one of my favorite things is brunch. And I've got these gluten-free quiche crusts in the freezer, and we love brunch. We love the quiche and the paleo pancakes and the champagne and mimosas. So we are doing brunch for dinner on Valentine's Day. That just got established. But, when you have a partner and you can do really fun things with, that ultimately is the best, right? That's what hopefully we all want. And if you don't want it, that's fine too. But it doesn't mean you don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Why not say to yourself, why can't I do it for myself? So let's go back to the love languages. So I just gave you an example of quality time and touch. For me, the spa, massages, pedicures, facials, dancing, also a great thing that I would do, or having my kind of music on during the day, buying myself flowers. Now, I love roses. They are a high frequency flower. They are the highest frequency flower. And Trader Joe's has the best roses ever. And of course, if you buy them on Valentine's Day or the day before, they hike up the price a little bit. And so I normally either get them a little bit before, or I always get them after because they've got so many that they want to move and get rid of that they put them on sale. Well, this year, Doug bought me roses, I think 4 dozen, and I bought myself. So that's 5 dozen roses that I now have. We had them since yesterday. So, at the beginning of the week, because he also will be traveling and I will be traveling, and I want to make sure that I get to enjoy them. So get yourself some flowers. I would do it every year, again, with a relationship, without a relationship. I don't like feeling like a victim to my circumstances. And I hope that you would also recognize when you feel victimized. If in your head you think you need someone to do something for you, let's say, oh, I wish I had someone to buy me flowers. Well, buy your own flowers. Why wouldn't you buy yourself flowers? If you love them, buy them. And especially before Valentine's Day, because there are going to be a lot of them. And like I said, Trader Joe's, if you don't have a Trader Joe's near you, you don't have to go Order yourself flowers to be delivered if you don't want to. Go to the grocery store. Go to the nursery. Pick flowers from your yard if you are in a place where it's a little bit sunny. Like obviously you'd have to be in either in a tropical place or on the West Coast here in the United States. I mean, we have some stuff that's growing that I could pick from outside and put it in a vase if I wanted to. So if your love language is quality time and you don't necessarily have a partner period, or a partner that also has a love language of quality time, you can do all kinds of other things. Let's say, for instance, we're going to go see the new Rebel Wilson movie the night before because we've got plans on Valentine's Day that I don't want to put a timing on it. I want us to have the freedom to kind of come and go as we please after lunch and just follow our intuition about where we want to go and to not necessarily have to hit a deadline of coming back in time and hitting traffic. I don't want that kind of stress. So we're going to see the movie that's coming out on Valentine's Day or for Valentine's Day with Rebel Wilson. We're going to see it the night before. So seeing a movie by yourself, if, again, quality time is your thing and you don't love a spa or massages or pedicures or manicures, you could also exercise. I know for me, I would always take a rollerblade in the morning with some music or go for a run or do some kind of meditation. And then I would go to the spa and then I would eat my favorite food. Maybe I take myself out to lunch. There are many options of things you can do for quality time with yourself on this day. And you know why I love this day is because it's not just about love, it's about an excuse, not that we need them, but how many of you are actually doing this for yourself? How many of you are actually taking a day off just to have a me day? I'm going to assume that most of you are not. And so what happens is you're not taking any me time. And then you're frustrated because your kids need all your time, or your husband needs all your time, or your spouse needs all your time, or you're a workaholic to avoid all your lonely feelings, and then you're giving it all to work, and then there's resentment that builds up, and you go, God, I wish I could do that, or oh, I really want to do that, and that's why you overeat, or why you overspend, or why you're depressed, and we don't actually take time to follow through with honoring and loving ourselves. So I would encourage you all to do this. Now, if you have a job and you can't take the day off, I get it. But maybe you do something different for lunch. Maybe you start the day off differently. Maybe you do something different after work. You shake it up. Maybe if your love language is quality time and you're single, you get together with a bunch of your friends and you go out, or you stay in, or you cook a meal together, or you play cards or play games, or go see a movie, or go for a walk, there's so many things you can choose to do if quality time is your love language. And it doesn't have to be with a lover. It doesn't have to be with a spouse. It could be with a friend, and it could be platonic. It doesn't have to be romantic. The point is to really activate that high vibrational frequency of love, because not only will you feel fulfilled, it will help you in attracting other reasons to feel love. So if you're single, it's like the best opportunity for you to practice attracting love. I mean, what other day can you do this so well? So there's my pitch for why everybody, especially if you're single, would really greatly benefit from taking this day to another level. All right, so the other love languages are acts of service. And so maybe that is doing an act of service that you really appreciate and it really needs to get done. It could be anything from doing the laundry to fixing something to shopping for something to doing something for somebody else. It's definitely always really feels really good to give and to giving to somebody else. So maybe acts of service is choosing a charity, choosing to volunteer your time. Maybe it's at a place where there are pets, at a shelter somewhere, or with children, or with elderly adults. I mean, there are so many options of where you could volunteer your time on that day and give back and give love to someone who would also love to receive it. So we have quality time, touch, acts of service. Words of affirmation. So this is a good one. For those of you that love words and you're like, oh, I wish I had a partner to tell me I was beautiful or handsome or smart or funny. Maybe you write a love letter to yourself. Maybe you start the day off going over what you appreciate about who you are, what you bring to the table, what kind of partner you are or would be or want to be, what kind of daughter, husband, son, brother, sister, wife you are. Acknowledging yourself. Don't wait for someone else to acknowledge you. Take today, well, Valentine's Day, or every day, actually, it's a great practice to do all the time, and acknowledge yourself. So if you love words, you love being appreciated, you love being complimented, please stop waiting for someone else to do it for you. Do it for yourself. You will fulfill your tank, you'll feel love, and again, you'll emanate at a higher frequency, and you'll attract more love. You'll probably, if you start off giving yourself compliments at the beginning of the day, I dare you to watch for the evidence of other people who, out of the blue, compliment you who haven't before. I bet you some of you will experience that if you do this practice. All right, so we took care of words of affirmation. Now gifts. Gifts is the last one. Gifts could be part of either acts of service or quality time, because for me, the quality time was also in giving myself a gift of a massage, a gift of going to the spa, a gift of going to my favorite lunch place or my favorite breakfast place, or buying or making my favorite food, or buying yourself something. I mean, hey, you could go out and go shopping for yourself. Buy yourself something once a year on this day that it's like a guilty pleasure, something that you really secretly want, but you never allow yourself to have it. Wouldn't Thursday of this year, Valentine's Day, be the perfect day for you to say, you know what, I work hard, I enjoy my money, I enjoy the fruits of my labor by investing into myself this thing that I want, this fun thing that I want that doesn't have to be logical, it doesn't have to be practical, it doesn't even have to be economical, it just has to be something fun. Because regardless of where you are financially, you can spend a couple dollars on something that's totally fun, that lights you up. Because again, without getting into this frequency, we continue to activate the end of the stick, so to speak, of the lack of having it, which keeps you in the lack of having it. Now, if you're someone who's dealing with health issues and you're listening to this on nutrition and alternative medicine, maybe today is a day that you take extra special care of your health. Maybe today's a day that you actually exercise, or you hire a trainer, or you have a consultation with a nutritionist, or you have an acupuncture treatment, or a chiropractic treatment, or a reflexology appointment, or maybe you reach out to a medical intuitive, or maybe you try some kind of alternative medicine like naturopathic healing, there's so many choices out there that you can choose to show yourself love. It's going to accomplish many things at the same time. It's going to, again, help you feel better. It's going to elevate your frequency and your vibration, which is where healing happens. It's where attracting better things happen. And it's where we all want to be anyway, because the only reason you want anything you want is because you think you'll feel better in having it. And the great news, the best news of all, is you can have it now. You don't have to wait for some physical manifestation of something or person or act of service to get you to the exact same feeling place that you can get yourself to now. You have complete control, complete power, and influence over how you talk to yourself, how you choose to view something, how you interpret information, and how you decide to play that out in some kind of story. So if for no other reason, if you're someone who keeps telling a story that doesn't work out in your favor, if you keep telling yourself a story about why you don't have what you have, or why your life isn't the way it should be, or the way that you want it to be, or you keep blaming someone else for not helping you get to a place where you'd like to go, maybe just take Valentine's Day as a day to take full responsibility, let everyone else off the hook, and create a story that gets you what you want in terms of how you feel, because you know you're in the driver's seat. You get to decide, you get to practice, and you get to be the example for everyone else of how to treat you, of what your self-worth is. You have to be the creator of your own experience. You are the creator of your own reality. But to be a conscious co-creator, you have to make some decisions And then you have to line up with those decisions. And you can't keep telling the same story over and over again and expect different results. You can't blame other people or have disdain or guilt or shame or anger in your heart and then think somehow it's magically going to melt away if you keep telling yourself the same story. So today, this week, I invite you to start planning ahead. If it's a holiday that you avoid, it's a holiday that I could avoid. I was proposed to on Valentine's Day. I could decide that it's a sad day now, and it reminds me of my relationship. But I'm deciding to look at it as every day is a step in my growth. Every day was laid out by me anyway before I even got here, and I'm on the right path, and I always have been. And while that path maybe has changed courses in different areas of my life or changed partners or changed directions, that every single part of it has been purposeful and every single part of it has led me to today. And today is pretty damn amazing. So if you're not having an amazing day, start using this week as a way to gear up, to line the path for that amazing life for you to unfold. Oh, and P.S., in case you're someone who needs some help and assistance with changing that path or direction, I am doing another free 30-day manifestation challenge. It starts March 1st. You need to be registered by February 25th. And this is a great way for you to start practicing a higher frequency and vibration. So again, we can continue to attract more and more of the things that you want and the things that you enjoy and the things that you feel good experiencing, thinking, feeling, having, seeing, witnessing, and experiencing. So again, check out jjflazanes.com/30-day, jjflazanes.com/30-day to join the next 30-day free manifestation challenge. The next one will not be until September. So get in now, and then once you get in, you can stay there, and there's a lot of support in that group for you to keep that vibration and frequency and positive momentum going. jjflazanes.com/30-day. Happy pre-Valentine's Day, and we'll talk to you on Valentine's Day.